This is Janie. Welcome back to the Crafting Bookworm. There's a new junk journal collaboration coming. Okay, welcome back, you guys. If you're new here, welcome. I appreciate you coming and joining along. So let's talk about exploring joy. Most of you are familiar with Junk Journal July. Meg Journals always has that, and she's taking a break this year. So Diane at Faith Art Design Studio and Debbie at Pouring My Heart Out for the Lord are doing a collaboration called Faith Journal July 2025. I am a guest creator, and my day will be July 23rd. So I figured we'd put my journal together, and for what I'm planning on doing for this Faith Journal July 2025 challenge. As you know, I've never done Junk Journal July, but I feel like there was a prompt for every day in July, and you would put something together and put it in your journal. Well, this one is going to be scriptures. So there's a scripture for each day that you can do a study on, and you can be creative as well with that. I also want to let you guys know that there is a Bible study kit, the whole kit, 40% off. I believe it's in Diane's Etsy shop, and you can get that. It's got all the Bible verses, the whole study, the whole layout of Faith Journal July 2025. And like I said, it's 40% off right now. Also, Debbie and Diane both have a kit that they've made available. Each have designed their own kit. And you can get those also, I believe, at 40% off till June 30th. I will include both of their channels in the description and their Etsy shops also down in the description. And if you want to tag along for this Faith Journal July 2025 and you do videos, if you do videos, then use that hashtag Faith Journal July 2025 for any of, videos that you might do that are one of the challenges, one of the Bible verse challenges for the day. Just make sure you use that. What else? I think that is it. So make sure you go check out the Etsy shops, get the Bible study kit, buy a digital kit, create a journal, and get ready for July. It's going to start July 1st. There's going to be all these different verses. There's 23 creators, I think I said. If I'm wrong, Diane or Debbie, correct me, please. And each day, you'll get to follow this hashtag, and you'll see what everybody's created for that day. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do each of the challenges because, as you know, my vacation is from the 11th through the 18th. And I won't be back and ready to do anything in my craft room till probably the 19th. So I will do some of the challenges up until the 11th. So this is going to be really fun because I've never done Junk Journal July, but I'm really looking forward to Faith Journal July 2025. So what we're going to do today is, oh, I can't pick up my papers, is we are going to create my journal. Now, I've been doing a whole lot of Natasha's glue journals, and I need a break from them. So I'm going to go back and make a flip-flop journal. And this is going to be a standard size journal. And so I've got file folders here. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut our tabs off. So we're going to go across, we're saving our folded sides. We're going to go across 6 inches this way, 9 inches this way to get our base for our cover. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll be right back. Okay, here we are, our 6 by 9. Now what we're going to do is we're going to open these. just like that. And what we're going to do is we are going to use, you can use parts of this that you cut off. You can use masking tape, you can use paper, whatever you want to connect these two together. Now you don't want them like right next to each other. You want a little bit of space there. I think I'm going to do the paper, or we're going to do what is cut off of our file folder. So I'm going to cut this, a small piece of this off. Move this on. I want to just do this first. I think so. At least this way I can keep my I think pages straight, or my cover straight. If my glue will work for me. Okay. So now let's put like halfway on the that. Okay, I think that's good. Now we're going to glue this one on. So let's put more glue right here. And remember, you don't want it like butting right up against it. You want a little bit of space. And this one, this piece is like a little bit off when I cut it. So we're going to have to fix that. Okay, so it's going to be like that, and then this is going to fold like that. Okay, so we're also going to get some glue up underneath here. Okay. So that's going to be our flip-flop, just like this. So, you guys have seen it before. We're going to have a signature there, there, and there. Okay. So that is the beginning of our flip-flop. Okay. Oh yeah, I wanted to... Oh yeah, I can see now where that's not even. Okay, you can see this little, you know, I told you I didn't cut that one right. It's off a little bit, but it's still off. So we're going to trim that. Okay. Now it is even. That's what we wanted. Okay, so this will be front cover. Now I've got and we are going to put our felt on the front, and then this will be our back side of our journal. So we're going to open this right here, and this, it's going to be a soft cover, and I always use felt. Is that how is that uneven? I didn't even cut that. So we're just going to go here at the bottom and we're going to glue this on there. Just wanted to make sure one of these two was off. And I don't know if you've been crafting and making journals, or not even making journals, just crafting, you will know or discover that not everything is as it says it is. Like papers, your 12 by 12s, I've run into that where they were actually not 12 by 12, they were 12 by 11 and a quarter, or, you know, sometimes things just aren't as they say they are. So if you're not used to that, then just be aware of that. So if you start, you know, crafting or making journals or what have you, just be aware of the fact that there will be discrepancies in, you know, what they say sometimes. Okay. I feel like that should have went back a little bit further, but it'll be all right. So now we're going to trim. I feel like I need to get my Goodens out, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to make it with these because they're still pretty good. We're just going to cut up like that, and then we're just going to trim this right here. Try not to get our cardboard or our file folder. Why are we not cutting right there? Alright. Using the Goodens on this felt. Because I don't know why those scissors weren't cutting through that part. Okay. Now this one is going to go on this one. I wasn't sure if I was going to do a journal for this, but since this is the very first Faith Journal July, I thought I would have the full journal of it. I don't know how often they're planning on doing it. If they're planning on doing it from now on, I don't know. But at least I will have this journal from doing this very first one. I think that, no, it's fine. Okay. Now you don't even need to do this. You can just put the fabric on and be done with it. But I like the padding on the covers. On all the journals that I make, regular journals that I make, I put the padded cover, unless it's a paper covered journal, and this is going to be a fabric covered journal. So okay, all right, there's that part of it. Alright, so now my fabric, I haven't used this in a while, and I'm hoping I have enough. I should have enough for this. These flip-flop ones, they take a bit more fabric than a regular standard journal does. Gotta get my pin in there. Because the expansion, it folds all the way out, and this is how you're covering it, just like this. So what we're going to do is we're going to work from this part, and then the insides this side will have panels on it. So we're just trying to get this to where it's even, pretty even, and we're going to trim, or we're going to tear. I just can't do fabric that doesn't tear, you guys. That drives me insane because I can't cut straight. And you all know that. Or you should know that by now. Sorry if that got into the camera. Okay, so we got our width. So now we need to get this. What do I do with my, over there. Okay, so now we're going to go here. And there we go. I'm not gonna iron this because it's just gonna be my journal, so. Okay. And this is how it is going to fold. So we're going to start right here. I'm going to put a little glue. You don't need a lot. We're going to spread that around and put up our first corner. It's a little harder with, I mean, the fabric generally clings pretty quick with paper. When you're doing paper, it's actually better to use this for your corners because it grabs paper faster, where this grabs fabric faster than it does paper. So, if that makes any sense to you guys. This is much easier done with paper, but I love fabric covered journals. So that is why I am doing fabric. I'm trying to keep this as flat as I can while I'm gluing so that it doesn't cause an issue later. It's important. This is not easy to do with the glass mat, and it's hanging off the glass mat. Okay, let's go this way. I got more fabric on this end, I think, than the other end. But that's okay. It'll be all right. And I don't like to put glue on this part because I feel like it seeps through. But I think what I'm going to try here is I'm going to put a little bit on there and I'm going to spread it in. So maybe it will stay down flat, more flat. And let's do it there. That might help a little bit. Okay, so now Like I said, this is just a guide for me to know where to go with the glue. You don't have to do that part, but it is helpful. I'm not sure what my kit is going to be for this. Okay. We're still shedding over here. Okay, so let's turn this way. I've seen Debbie and Diane doing some really awesome journals and stuff for this Faith Journal July. So you guys make sure you go check out their YouTube channels. Or just gluing this down. Yeah, go check out their YouTube channels because they do some amazing work. Now I always say make sure you pull tight, but yeah, that's for other covers. For this, you don't want too tight because it's going to bow it will bow your file folder if you do it too tight. So now we're going to work on this. We're just going to put a little bit of glue so that we can tack these sides down. Boy, this stuff is sheddy. And then, you know, our inside papers will also help hold those down. Okay. Now we just got the other two ends to do. So let's turn this. Can we come up there, please? Okay. Sorry guys, I'm not saying much, am I? So we changed our Bible study to today instead of yesterday. And I did accomplish making our Bible study journals for I and my daughters. It was first going to be for me and my oldest daughter, but then my youngest daughter said she wanted one. So I ended up making hers as well. And there's two of them. And then you got this one. So yeah, only one of them I remembered to put the ties. I did do some flip throughs of these. I don't know if I'm going to post it or not. I don't know yet. But I've accomplished what I meant to accomplish and got all the stuff done that I wanted to get done. I wanted the cookbook journals done, and I wanted those done. And then there's the inside, and see how tight this looks. Now it will help to get the stitches in, but that's why you have to keep this flat as you're you know, gluing. Now it would help to put glue here so that this stays flat on there, but I don't like the idea of it possibly seeping. So as you can see right here, there is a tiny little bit of seepage where I put that glue underneath. But I think for the most part that'll be okay. Okay, and now the inside are going to be our panels. And I don't have those printed off yet, so let me get that and then I'll be back. Okay, so we've got some really pretty lace prints here, and I want the insides here to not be all, you know, busy and all that, so we decided to go with these lace prints. I think it's Little Lady Papery, I think is what it's called. So we're going to trim these to be on each one of these panels, and it's going to be a different one for each panel. So we're going to go about right there, and we're going to go just before we're going to need to put strips maybe in between there, strips of fabric. I'm thinking, because I want cardstock in here, and I don't know how easily this will fold. I mean, I can try it that way, and then we'll just put the strips of fabric, well, not in between that one, obviously, but in between this one, we'll put some fabric, and then this second panel will be, let's see, what do we want in between these? Oh, probably this one. So we'll put this one here, and then we'll have a fabric, and then this one at that fold. Well, we're going to go to the closer to this fold here, and then the fabric will go across here. So I think that's how we're going to do that. Do I want to put the fabric on first and then the papers, or the papers first? I think we're going to go with the fabric first, and we only got to do it on this one. Now, do we want to go all the way from the top to the bottom, or do we want to go from there to there? Well, let's see. Let's come up this way so we can cut easier. We don't need it to be super big. Go there to here, and let's tear that strip. Okay, and then I think we'll go from top to bottom. I think it'll look better than trying to get our fabric to match up doing this. I think this will just be easier. So now let's make sure this is straight, and we'll cut there, tear. This fabric, by the way, is Waverly Inspirations. I don't pay that much attention to fabrics. To me, fabric is fabric. But right there, Waverly Inspirations. I'm thinking Joanne was where I got it. Okay, so now this is going to be glued onto here. Okay, so let's glue. Let's start right here at the top. I don't want to go all the way down just yet. We're going to spread that around. I'm going to start right there. Are we even? I don't know that we are. Okay, I guess we're even right there. Okay, and then we'll just glue here. And then we'll spread this fabric out, or this glue out. Okay. We are not at this point going to fold this just yet. We are going to snip off this. And, oh, didn't have to snip that one. Okay, so there's that. And there's that. Okay, and then our panels. We want to make sure that we get this on as even as possible. And we're going to let's just glue this. Do I want to ink? Let's go ahead and ink around these edges. Okay. And of course we're using Fabri-Tac because you know me and I need to be able to move papers. And I can't move when I use, and I can't move the papers when I use art glitter glue because it grabs really, really fast. Fabri-Tac gives you wiggle room, which is probably why I use Fabri-Tac the most. Like when I'm doing pockets and stuff, then I use, you know, my art glitter glue. But when I'm doing stuff like this, yeah, I need to make sure I can move my papers. And I'm thinking that is good. That really goes really good with these light purple colors. And I'm thinking I'm going to have plenty of lined pages and stuff, because I might want to just use this as, you know, I mean, I have a Bible study journal because the ones we just made, but maybe I would want it, you know, to continue Bible study in. I don't know. I guess we'll see. That's pretty. And since it is like a flip-flop is the reason why I'm using two different ones of these. I don't think it will make much of a difference. Okay, let's go ahead and ink this one now. Okay. But like I said, from the time of the 11th through the 18th, I'll have to catch those up or do them ahead of time. I don't know which one it will be. But I do know that I won't be here. I will be with my 4 sisters. And This will be our 3rd year. I don't know why we didn't do it sooner. But it's just something that we're going to be doing now, because I remember my mom, especially my mom. I remember more of my mom's family being real close, like always being together. At least the sisters. There was 9. I want to say 9 kids in my mom's family, and my last aunt passed away 2 years ago. It was very sad. I felt like I had just really reconnected with her, and you know, with me being so far away from family, we're like 1,000 miles from family. Because they all live up north. My aunt, my last aunt that passed away, she lived in Ohio, and one of my sisters lives in Ohio. So she was able to, you know, like, see her when she wanted to and stuff. And I'm just glad that I did reconnect with my aunt. So I got that year that we went, we spent the day with her, and it was amazing. And it's really important to stay connected to your family, I think, you guys, because you never know what is going to happen later on down the line. So, anyway, I'm not going to fold these yet, I don't think. I want these to have a chance to dry on here. So our next video, I don't know if I'm going to have the pages all ready together, or if we will put the pages together on video. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do with that, but I had thought about using the peony kit that I bought for a journal that I made for my aunt. And that's probably going to be a part of it. And then I got a couple more. I got this Little Lady Papery for these. And then there's another like floral and butterfly kit that will look really good with this fabric. So anyway, I don't know if we're going to be putting them together or if I'll have them together and we'll be sewing. It'll be one or the other. And you will know that when I get those uploaded. Like I said, I'm not going to try to fold these right now because I want these to dry. Could you imagine a journal this big? Here's my journal. It's an idea, something to keep in mind. But anyway, I guess that's all we've got for this one, you guys. I hope to see you join in on Faith Journal July. Like I said, all the links will be down below, so go get your Bible study kit, 40% off. Then you can choose between Debbie or Diane's kits. Debbie, today I was watching her video, she said that they were selling pretty quick. So go check out both their shops, check out their channels and say hi and let them know that Janie sent you. But yeah, that's it, you guys. I thank you so much for staying tuned. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.